Welcome to the Greek realm.
Episode 1, Creation. Before the beginning, there was chaos. We could discuss what exactly chaos was, and why the decision came from it to create and produce other creatures. But one would do best not to question a creator. All that is known is that from the yawning void of chaos came Gaia, Erebus, Tartarus, Hemera, Aether, and Nyx. Gaia was Mother Earth, the very ground around which all the other beings began to gravitate. Erebus was the darkness of the underworld and the late hours. Tartarus was a bottomless, never-ending pit of darkness at the center of Gaia. Hemera was the daytime, the bright hours. Aether was her companion, the bright sky. Winged Nyx was the night itself and consort of Erebus. Each of these beings were what is known as primordial deities, fundamental beings that make up the very universe itself. Most showed little interest in more than simply doing the task their lives had laid out for them. Two, however, took more than a passing interest in each other and the potential of the universe around them. These two were Nyx and Gaia. The latter is the one who will be focused on, since she is the one who first decided to add even more beings to the universe. Gaia felt lonely, despite her fellow Protagoni. She did not yet have any interest in Tartarus, and the others around did not pay her much heed. In her sadness, she used her own power to bring forth other creatures like her. The result of this were Pontus and Uranus. Pontus was the sea itself, and took after the primordial deities by not being open and easy to talk to, but he also took after his mother by being much more conscious and easily angered. Uranus was the sky itself, and he wrapped around Gaia as well as the other Protagoni. He was one of the most beautiful of the beings living in that time. Both Hemera and Nyx drew over him, using the expanse as a canvas. Night, day, light, and darkness all put their most lovely trappings over Uranus, showcasing both their skill and his natural beauty. Even Gaia was stunned, and her breath was stolen as she beheld him at dusk and dawn, when all four interacted to clothe him. She had nothing to add to the display, but her heart was captured by it. She felt that she had finally found someone to ease the aching loneliness that hounded her. I want to take this time to say that in the case of humans, it is neither genetically nor socially acceptable for parents and children to follow the example set down by Gaia. She is not a role model, but she is also a primordial deity, so genetics didn't exist yet. Neither did social customs. Gaia fell for Uranus, and he in turn realized that he was going to get to have sex. From their first joining came 3 sons, with only 3 eyes between them. These are what became known as the Elder Cyclops. They were skilled and not unintelligent. However, their hideous figures caused their father to be repulsed by them. In disgust, Uranus tore an opening into Gaia in order to reach Tartarus, the chasm. This pained Gaia in every sense of the word. Next from the sky and earth came 3 beings known as the 100-handers. They were giants with 100 hands and 50 heads each. They were incredibly strong beings and had the potential to be fearsome. Again, Uranus was not satisfied with his children. So he did the same thing as last time, and shoved them through Gaia into Tartarus, where they would be unable to escape. For unknown reasons, Gaia chose to have more children with him. This time, they were 12 titans, 6 male and 6 female. There was nothing hideous about them this time, but they were very tall. They were so large they could easily use mountains as seats. They were, however, not the brightest of beings, which is a hard race to lose at this point in time, considering some of the beings they were up against may or may not have had the ability to speak. Their tiny brains did not stop Uranus from fearing them, so he stuck all 12 of them where he had already put all the other children. At last this was the final straw for Gaia. She went to the youngest of her sons, a titan named Kronos, and gave him that which he needed to dethrone his father. she gave him an adamantine sickle and a key. Using the gifts from his mother, Kronos freed the other Titans and went to go trap their cruel father. Gaia gave whatever signal it is that she had for Uranus that it was fun time, and he eagerly came down to her. As he did so, 4 of the Titans grabbed hold of him. Uranus was confused and struggled against those who held him firm. Kronos then approached with the sickle and did the most unforgivable thing to any Greek deity. He chopped off Uranus's dick. Oh yeah, and he dethroned him. The blood that fell from Uranus made other creatures, such as the Furies, the Telchines, the Gigantes, Aphrodite, and the first race of men. Many of these creatures, while created in this moment, did not reach consciousness until much later, so keep an eye out for them. Uranus also gave a prophecy before being driven off altogether. He looked at his youngest son and said, "You shall be overthrown by your offspring." He then retreated back and took a note from Tartarus, becoming an almost dormant creature. Gaia was proud of all her son had done, and went to him. "You have done well, son. Now free your 6 brothers, and all shall live in peace." Kronos looked at her and laughed. "Those ugly fools? No. I think my fellow Titans and I will do just fine in keeping the world running. I have no need to share our newfound power with them. Do not fear, mother. The world will be fine under our care. We will bring your surface into a golden age. You have nothing to worry about." He looked at the other Titans around him, smiling at the prospect of being free. Everything around them was theirs for the taking. He looked to his sister, Rhea, knowing exactly how he wanted to spend his first day of real freedom.